Steam Next Fest is well underway, so on this episode of Playlog, we're talking about our favorite demos that we've played so far. Hey guys, CGDannyB back again with another episode of Playlog, the podcast where we talk all things indie gaming, but of course, I can't talk indie games alone because that'd be super boring, so I got my partner in crime, the Playlog kid themselves, Tofr. What's poppin', homie?
I think like if we both sing the starting jingle, we start recording, there should be an episode where that's the official jingle.
I just don't put in the real edit. It's just like things and stuff and things. Yeah, so behind the scenes,
But use the visuals.
But
use the visuals.
Use everything naturally, but just cut out the edit. Okay. Listen, that probably won't be this episode, but we can try it in the future. That'll be for context for you guys, because you don't know what we're talking about. Whenever we sync up for the episode, I'm like, all right, and recording on this episode of Playlog, we're doing things and stuff and things. Just to time it out for myself, so when I go to put it in OBS or in Premiere to edit it, it's basically like right where it needs to be, so the timestamp's add up. And then, yeah, usually when I get to the little thing, Tofr jumps in. It's just a little mumble. And then it's just like, hey, everybody, just right to the thing. Also, I sound sick, so forgive me. I have the thing going around, and I'm fine, and I'm good. And I sounded normal, and now that I'm hearing myself speak again, I can hear the nasally whininess. So just let me be a sick gamer boy, okay? It's fine.
It's fine.
But... yeah, that would be a really funny edit. It's just, on this episode of Playlog, we're checking out our favorite demos from Steam Next Fest so far. I have to update that too. It's a bit on my list to update the intro because I love the intro. I just have games from 2024 and 5 on it. Like I want to update with new games because I think it's Cult of the Lamb, it's Shovel Knight Dig, it's I think Sea of Stars is still in there. I need to change that. I am in that spot where I have to keep installing and reinstalling stuff on my computer because I'm running out of space with all the shit I have. So like I have to put After Effects back on so I can do that edit because I have a project file and I just have to capture 6K, put it in, make them blue, export it, and call it a day. And I just haven't had the time to do that in the last 2 years. So that's the plan. I gotta do that soon. But remind me in the comments to go update the intro. If every episode, if you're watching us, leave a comment, whoever you are, to be like, hey, update the intro, dude. I'm like, yes, okay, I'll get to it. I promise.
You're busy. We get
I'm
it.
so busy.
You're just rolling dice all over the place.
I am. Speaking of which, it's a great time to do some housekeeping because, hey guys, this is Playlog Podcast, our weekly podcast. We talk about indie game news, reviews, whatever we choose. If you enjoy what we do here, be sure to show us some support by doing a few very simple things like liking the video if you're on YouTube and leaving that glorious 5-star review if you're on audio platforms. It's simple, but it goes a long way to helping the show. You can also be a part of the show by writing and asking us your questions or recommending your favorite indie games. Just use the Google form in the description of every episode and have your opinions be heard. Now, on to a bit of housekeeping real quick. Do you like watching me and my hot D&D friends play make-believe? Then boy, do I have a list of shows for you. Real quick for this week's lineup of TTRPGs. It's tonight as of recording, but it was 2 days ago this episode coming out, so go watch the VOD. I hope I have it up in time. But we are doing our Fallout 313 one-shot from Extra Life. Once we hit our initial goal, I'll be offered, hey, if they hit this amount, we will do a one-shot of Fallout. So that is taking place tonight for Tofr's sake, but everyone else, 2 days ago. It is myself, Mal, Wes, Connor, Chris, Kanai. We are playing Fallout. I'm bringing back Finn from our original Fallout 313 game. It's all run by LB, so that'll be great. And then we have another one of those at some point. I'm talking with Ark and trying to figure out times and dates. But Ark is going to run a one-shot of his Power Ranger system for us. Same group, the Extra Life crew. So I'll let you guys know whenever that comes up. Hopefully sometime here in the coming months. But with PAX and everything else, we're just gonna find a window. But that's tonight again. Monday night we'll be doing our Jollywood episode 3. We didn't do it this week because 3 of us were sick. Myself, Mal, and Sarah all had whatever this gross bug is going around. It was terrible and gross. So instead of having only 2 people on the cast actually be able to play, we just pushed it back 2 weeks. So we still have episodes 3 and 4 to come this Monday night, which will be the 2nd, March 2nd. We'll have our 3rd episode. But along with that, on Sunday, and I realize I've messed up the order of this schedule, so forgive me. This Sunday, March 1st, we're going to have our first episode of Symbaroum. That's over on Kayla Janelle's channel. That's Kayla_Janelle. Symbaroum. I've never played the system. I have no real idea how it functions. But it is this gritty horror system, I'm playing as a little goblin who's got a pig friend, and I'm just gonna be like, "Hey, give me that! I want the gold in your pocket." The voice is gonna be a lot better in a few days when I have something to give. I can't really do the gravel right now, but it'll be there. We'll get it. But I'm excited. That one is it is myself. It is Sneakernet Music. It is Mal also in that game, and it is your boy Big. Ian will be in that one. So. We just recently had a cast change, and then Kayla herself will be there. It's all run by our buddy Shiv. This is the first time he's running a game for me, so I'm very excited for that. That's the TTRPG stuff for now. And then Saturday night, it's going to be myself along with Little Bones. If you guys are watching our Carpathian Sun game, she played the Doctor. Her, myself, and Indie Maniac are going to be playing Burglin Gnomes on Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. That's going to be on twitch.tv/CGDannyB. We're all going to be co-streaming it. But each time we'd end the episode, Bones would be like, "You like indie games? Oh my god, why have we not planned to do anything together?" I was like, "Yeah, let's do that." And then just immediately like, "Wait, you know Indie Maniac?" I'm like, "I do. He was on the podcast. Can't stand him. He's terrible at Chained Together." And then Bones like, "Bet, chat going together." So we put a group together, and yeah, we were like between which friend slap games to play. So we're trying Burglar Gnome, see how that goes. So that'll be fun. Yeah.
Cool.
That's housekeeping. Timestamp. Bada bing, bada boom. Easy stuff. You know what I mean, Tofr?
Easy.
Which means we're on to the topic of the show. And Tofr, it's that time of the year again. The first of 3 annually now. Is it 3 next fest a year? Is that how it's?
I think so, yeah.
There's so many demos. I don't know how we have games for this shit. But Steam Next Fest is here. That means there's a bunch of indie demos to play on Steam. You can go over there, check out all your favorites. Then if it's on your wish list, there's a demo. They shove it in your face. I even got a whole section of friend slap games. You're like, "Hey, you want to check these out?" I'm like, "I'll look at them for LB later for Slop Squad. It's going to be great." But over, I did the intro and then all the talking and the blopping. So how about you start us off by talking about your demos? What you got first?
My first one is called Bag of Dreams.
Okay.
This is a cozy roguelike with deck builder mechanics. It's basically you have to create dream states, and you have to make sure that your dreams do not become nightmares due to like bad influences influencing your cards. The start of the video that you're showing right now is pretty boring because it's
the tutorial. Yeah.
Tutorial exactly. But yeah, this is you have like different sets of cards that will influence the way you play. You have your basic cards, then you have your animal companion cards, and then you have your win state cards. The win state cards is the one that you have to like fulfill to win the game, and you have 30 nights to do that. You start out on a grid that's only 3x3, and you have to place cards. Each time you pull 3 cards from the bag, and you have to play 2 of them. If there is a Night Terror in those 3 cards that you pulled from the bag, that card will be played automatically. So you only get to play 1 other card, or even no cards if there were 2 terrors in there.
Okay.
It sounds pretty complicated when I have to explain it, but playing it felt really intuitive.
Cool.
I have to say. As you're playing, you're going to be discovering new cards that you can buy, and you're also going to be expanding your grid, which you'll need because as your deck evolves, it becomes bigger. You'll want to play more cards. There are other things that you have to keep in mind while you're playing. Every card you play will influence if your dream is more of a good dream or a bad dream. The worse your dream is, the quicker your dreams will become nightmares. You can see the bar on top there that says 50 right now.
Yeah.
That number that's inside that little cloud will add to the nightmare meter. When the nightmare meter is full, another terror will be added to your deck. So it's constantly evolving. Your game is constantly evolving, and it's a really interesting premise, and I really enjoyed playing it so far. There are in the demo there are 2 win states that you can play for. One of them felt pretty difficult to achieve because some of the cards that you will have a status thing that says play them late after this many cards, or early before this many cards have been played. And one of the win effects has to be played after 10 cards have been played to trigger a countdown that goes down by 1, but it starts at 10. So in the first 10 nights of playing, you can't even influence that win state card. You have to build up your deck and evolve your roster until you have space enough to play 10 cards.
Okay.
And I felt that one was a bit difficult for the demo. You only have 30 nights, and with your nightmares rapidly becoming more frequent, I felt that was a pretty difficult one to get. The other win state was asked you to just have the card surrounded by 4 animal companions, and I managed to do that one pretty quickly.
Okay.
So I think balancing might still be an issue for this game. But
Okay.
having said that, I think this is an easy recommendation if you like deck builders and you like them to be a bit more forgiving than most of them are.
Yeah. Okay. I really like how this one looks. You're right when you were like explaining how it works. I'm like, I think I have to get my hands on it to understand it.
Yeah.
I'm watching like Grid of 9. I'm like, okay, so this is like the junk card that gets thrown in your hand and whatever other deck building roguelike. You're like, you have to use this because it's here and like it's meant to impede you. And I'm like seeing those cards played. And then the visual styles is everything. I love how this game looks. I love this angelic character here on the side that's like, pick a card, any card. I'm like, wow, she's beautiful. I like this one. This is cool.
Yeah, it's a cool game, man. It's one that I only discovered when browsing through the Next Fest demos.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I did. It's one of the first ones I tried out, and it was a gentle start to my demo experience this
Okay.
year.
Cool. Love that. Okay, let's go. It was Big Dream. What was the game called? It was
Bag of Dreams.
Bag of Dreams. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Do we know if we have a date for this one? Is just demos out? Come one day.
Quarter 1
Okay. So soon-ish. Right around the corner.
should be.
Dope.
Should be.
All right, guys. Yeah. Wishlisted. Bag of Dreams.
Yeah.
Now Tofr. I got an email about this demo that I got to play. It's called Gambonanza.
Yeah.
I got the email that said, hey, check out this game that's Balatro but chess. That's Balatro but chess. I don't like chess. Not my thing. I've just never been able to wrap my head around this piece has to move like this and blah, 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 blah. I'm more of a checkers guy. But I gave this one a shot, hoping it would click. And at first I'm like, I see how it works. I'm not grabbing it. It's not hitting me. And then I played a couple other demos and I came back. I'm like, man, I want to try Gambonanza again. I want to give that another shot. So I got it back on last night. I think I had like 30 minutes of playtime into it. After last night, I'm at it just over 4 hours. God damn, do I get it now? Do I understand? Did Gambonanza fucking hit? So, basic premise, again, we're going to be like a Balatro-like around here. Playlog podcast. If it has Balatro tendencies, we love it.
Yeah.
So, you get a chessboard. And you get a random roulette of 3 different pieces. So it could be the pawn, the knight, the bishop, the queen, or the rook. I don't think you can get the king off of like the initial start. But then you get a board. It starts at a 5x5, and your whole goal is to take out all of the opponent's pieces. Initially from there, it's really it's chess. You take a turn, the pawn moves forward, it can attack in the corners, the rook can move all the way up, vertical, horizontal, etc., etc. They move like chess pieces do. After that, you start getting your gambits. Those are your jokers from Balatro. So you're like, cool, I'm going to take this and blah, 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 and this is what's going to happen. At first, I wasn't finding the right build to like make this beneficial to me as someone who didn't understand like how chess pieces move without stopping to read every time. Then I just got this build that just hit and did everything I needed it to. So I got a gambit that was like, hey, if you lose a pawn, it'll upgrade another pawn on your board. So they promote your pawn. So that means once basically if you take your pawn and get it all the way to the other side of the board, you can king the pawn and turn it into any other piece. So if you want to make it a king, a queen, a bishop, a rook, or a knight, you pick whichever one you want. Now, I had this upgrade that said you don't have to get your guy across the board. You just have to sacrifice one of your pawns, or if it gets captured, your other pawn gets to promote. I'm like, oh, cool. That's awesome. So I can just turn it into a queen. Then I got another one that was like, hey, if you play a pawn from your stock, which is the left side, it's like your deck, it'll make a ghost copy of it, which means you get a second version of a pawn. And there was no limit on, because like you have a limit on how many pieces you can have on the board. You have to upgrade that with the money you earn. But that had no bearing, so it would break that rule. So if I only had 3, it would let me play a 4th one or 5th one or whatever, as long as I had enough space on the board to play it, it would let me do it. And I mentioned this on Blue Sky last night. I had my Army of Squirrels moment from Inscription as I got this build. I'm like, I'm seeing it. I'm finding it. I'm ready, bud. Then I got another card that said, if your queen dies, earn 3 pawns. So I basically was just like, sweet. Ooh. So what I do is I play a pawn, I sacrifice the pawn, upgrade one of my pawns to a queen, go reckless with that queen. If the queen dies, get 3 more pawns. Put it on the board, make a copy of that pawn. What one of those pawns die, turn another pawn into a queen, and just rinse and repeat over and over again. Now for video watchers, you're seeing this guy. He has tiles on the board that are just like, oh, you're done, dude. If any of your pieces step on this, they turn into pawns. I'm like, you're dumb. That's what I need. You're an idiot. So this was the scariest looking boss design wise, but I was like, oh, dude, I'm going to clown on you. So I got so reckless at this point because I'm just like, I know I have the means to just win again. As long as I turn this into a pawn and I can turn the pawn to a queen and then the queen gets me more pawns, it was just this really fun cycle of getting into it and like, okay, I get it. I got it. I had a blast. Like I said, I put this game down and then picked it back up, just really curious, like, why did I not grab it? And I think it just took me a while to get into not liking chess, but liking this weird mechanic Balatro-esque system. And I dug it so much. This game fucks.
Damn. It's been on my radar as well, and I've been into minds about picking it up.
Yeah,
but yeah, you're convincing me right now.
Yeah, I had a really good time with this one, and it's almost this heart-stopping moment from time to time, where like you just start around and you have the free reign to move your pieces on your side of the board, but you can see what your opponent's board looks like. So like, oh, you can see where they have a rook or where they have a bishop, so you know if you put a piece here, you always get to act first. But if like all of a sudden you go to move or you go to start your turn and their bishop is lined up with your queen, boom, it could, like it's not a defeat the king and win the game thing. It is just clear all your pieces. So even if they get one of your good pieces, you still have a chance, and that's really where your gambit's coming. You have to hope those are what really turns the game for you. But yeah, there'd be times where I'm like, sweet, I got this. I'm going to capture this piece. And then I'm like, oh, he set me up because he knew if I took out his queen, his rook was going to get my queen. Damn it. That sucks. But at least I have the upgrade. So that last round where literally Mal and I were on Discord, she was like, I'm ready for bed. I'm like, hey, I'm going to finish this run in Gambonanza. I'll be right with you. She passed out on the phone. I was up for another 2 hours. I'm like, fuck, babe. The game's not ending. I'm doing so well. I recorded a Snapchat for her late last night, and I was like, hey, I'm going to bed now, but this is what happened. It was such a great time. Good night. I'll see you in the morning. Yeah, I will say the one thing I got weird towards the end, I got to like the final boss. I beat the demo. I beat everything. Like I got through the 5 games. It seemed to stop me from interacting with my pieces at a point. I don't know if it, like, you can see if you're watching it, like I'm trying to upgrade one of my pawns. I'm trying to promote it, and I couldn't do it. So I'd have to like make a move. Once it would freeze on me, I'd have to close, relaunch like my run. Then I could click that option, and then the next one would stop. Eventually it got better, but it did take me about like 5 minutes to get the run going again. I couldn't tell if it was the character had something that was stopping me, but none of my pieces could function. Like you see me here trying, like there was a point I'm trying to catch their queen, but their queen can only be captured last. I had to get everything else before I got the queen, which I'm like, got it, that's what's fucking me up. But then I was like, oh no, that's not it. I just literally can't play the game. So there was some weird bug there that took place. I'm not entirely sure. It was, I'll say easy to get around, where I kind of just had to close, reload. I won't show you that video because that has my code to enter as one of the people who beat the demo to win one of 100 keys. So sorry, I can't show that code. But yeah, having the bosses, having all these little things that stop in from time to time, like to impede your progress, they're really fun challenges. I like them a lot. Again, it's the stim of Balatro that's really fun, and you're like, oh, I love Balatro. I don't know if I like this type of game. I was never a poker person. I was never a chess person. But like you gamify it with whatever you want to define the Balatro-like as, and it works for me. And I had a really good time.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love the presentation of it.
Yeah.
Like, it really adds to the Balatroness of it.
It's really simple too. Like I got to mess with some more of the other gambits, and when I got this final run that made sense, I didn't really fuck with it anymore. I'm like, I'm just gonna buy this thing and sell it. I don't need it because blah blah blah. I have all the things I need. There was, I think, one point it was like, oh, if one of your pieces gets captured, earn $3. I'm like, that's useful. And then the one was like, oh, make it so your ghost pieces don't disappear at the end of a round. I'm like, oh no, that's way better. That just means if I have extra pieces, they're like, oh, sorry, this goes away. I'm like, no, I have a full ass board that goes past what the game allows. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that. Give me that instead. So, yeah, I really dug the build I had. It's one of those ones you like got the perfect run of Balatro. Like, great, I can't wait to do this again. What are the chances I get all the right jokers that I need? And this is not gonna happen. But that was a good run. I want to try more with like, I really like rooks. Rooks seem to be my move where I'm like, let me trick you into your spot, and then wha-bam, wha-bam, just dive across the board to like tackle somebody. But yeah, good shit. Very good shit.
Guess I'm trying that one as well this week.
As
if I don't have enough demos yet.
You're welcome. It's fine. But hey, on to our next one that we both played. We both played Collector's Cove. So, Tofr, you want to start talking your thoughts on that one?
Sure thing. This is a cozy farming adventure, but set on a boat that's being driven. Is driven the right word? I don't know.
Sailed? I don't know if that's the right verb here either.
I don't know.
Being propelled.
But being propelled by a dinosaur-like creature, which is adorable, by the way, because you can hug it, and it's just the best. I found that this game is doing not that much different from most of these types of survival games, where you're crafting things, where you're farming things, Why are you laughing?
I love it because I'm pretty sure in my footage for video watchers, when you go to talk to Uncle Terry here at the end of the tutorial, we both just threw a fishing rod at the same time. Like, oh, sorry, I wanted to talk to you. But let me put this away. What's up? So I sat here. I'm like, did I pull up my footage? I'm like, nope, that's Tofr's. Got it. Cool. You know, we both did the same thing. It's like, whoosh, sorry. Anyway, end the tutorial.
I was looking for the correct buttons on my controller.
Yeah,
it happens. It happens a couple of times.
Yeah, yeah. But yes, you're saying it doesn't do too much new or original. Yeah.
No, but everything that it does really well. So it's a lot of fun to play, and it's interesting because you like, instead of working with one island or whatever, you're sailing across the seas and discovering different islands and farming on your boat. You're doing the fishing from your boat, but you're also doing some fishing on the islands that you visit.
Yeah.
It gives you some variety that's fun, but I struggle to see where it does too much that's new.
Sure.
I don't mind that because this is just what I'm looking for from this type of game. But I don't know. What are your thoughts on it?
No, I'm in the same spot. I think I really enjoyed my time. I sat in a call with Mal while I played it, and they were like, "Oh, it's so cute! It's super adorable." She was playing Disney Dreamlight Valley like alongside me, and it was me going through waiting for what's going to be the new thing that makes this original. When someone's like, "Oh, why would I play this instead of going to replay Stardew for the 90th time or doing whatever?" I'm like, "There's not a whole lot. The biggest thing is your dinosaur sea creature Loch Ness monster character that still doesn't add a whole lot. Like they are the mobility of like, oh, let's go to a different island, so let me sail my entire like ship and garden everywhere. And you have to feed them to make sure, because they need to rest then, and that we can keep going. Otherwise they'll just kind of stop in the middle of the ocean, which is fine. I think that's a fun little thing, but I don't think it was game changing enough to be like, oh dude, you got to check out this one. I think it is another, like, if you're in a spot where there's nothing super new for you to play in the cozy world, and you're like, I could kind of go for anything, I think it's a great one to go after. I think it's super cute visually. I enjoy getting to explore the world. Some of the islands you stop in, as someone who kind of dropped Animal Crossing after COVID, like I haven't really gone back ever. I remember let me go to an island. I went to the island, I found the stuff that's there, and then I deserted the island. As opposed to like in this game, you can go back to those islands if you sail there, and you're like, oh, I didn't have enough time to get the resources I need. I didn't try to go back. I'm assuming the resources stay. But yeah, unlike Animal Crossing, it's like, I don't have enough room to carry everything. I guess whatever I leave here gets left. Like, that island's gone. This is really, you have a little more free reign to re-explore spots or grab things and like, I need to get all these rocks and these stones and put up the stuff in my boat. I think it's fun. I can see the time sink into it, but yeah, I can't sit here and scream from the heavens that I saw anything. I was like, yes, super unique. You got to try this one if you want something brand new in your experience. But I guess it doesn't have to. It doesn't feel like it needs to.
That's true.
But yeah, I just think if this comes out next to something that does something a little more innovative or something that's a little more like, oh, here's a new thing for a cozy game, it's going to be hard to compete with that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I think it's releasing on March 12th.
Okay.
So if you want to play this, you don't have to wait too long. But with Star Sand Island having released quite recently,
yeah,
I don't know if there's enough time between those two games for
sure.
people to jump from one over to the next just yet.
Yeah. I think I could see myself in, like, I got the key request form and I was like, I'm going to fill this out and get a code. And I could see myself playing it on my Steam Deck. But, like, again, with so many things out, and this isn't typically my genre, like, I ended up liking Moonstone Island when we did the book club for it. Because I'm like, oh, cool, this is Stardew Valley with Pokemon. That's much more my speed. I think island hopping to find resources to go back and put on my boat is fun and a good time sink, but not necessarily what I look for in my experiences for games. I'm sure someone else sat out there and played this, and someone more in like the Jenny Wyndham or anyone else in that cozy space is like, oh yes, what's great about this is XYZ because this does this. Not something that was a standout enough for me to acknowledge. But other cozy gamers might be like, oh no, fuck, this is it. This scratches that itch. But I do think it's fun. I think it's adorable. And when Mal watched me play it, they were very excited and they think they want to give it a shot at some point. So yeah, people are gonna like it.
If you're into this kind of genre, you'll definitely like it. It does everything really well. Like it controls well. It looks good. The systems within the game are really worked out well.
Yeah.
It's just kind of lacking that something new. But if this is the experience you're looking for, then definitely go play it when it releases. Yeah,
it's cute. I dug this one a lot. Just not a lot. Didn't change the game. But yeah, Collector's Cove. It's a cute one, so peep it.
It is.
Yeah, we shared that, guys. So if you want to move on to your next one.
Sure thing. My next one is called Mythmatch.
Yes, I'm excited to check this one out.
It's so cool, Danny.
Okay.
This is one of my biggest surprises of the demos I've played so far.
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
You play as Artemis, the Greek god, before she turned into a god. Yeah. So at the start of the demo, you and Apollo get called to Olympus by Zeus. And Apollo, who hasn't been training to become a god, immediately gets his role as a god because he's a man, I guess. While Artemis doesn't. She's like, they're like, well, maybe we can do this or this for you, but we're not sure. Whatever. And when she tries to become the god of the hunt, they laugh it off. And when she insists, they send her off to live with the humans. Because that's how you deal with women.
Exactly. That makes sense.
Yeah. So she wants to make her way back up to Olympus.
Yeah.
And to do so, she needs to gain belief from the people that she now lives between. To do so, she has to help out these villagers by creating things. And to create things, she has to match 3 them.
Yeah.
Which sounds ridiculous, but it's actually really cool. Basically, whenever you match 3 of the same item, it turns those 3 items into, I guess, the thing that hunts those items.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're, it's not always that clear. At the start of the game, they mentioned that, but it's not always that clear.
Yeah.
Because at the start of the game, you have what was it? I can't remember. I think you have rats, and then you have an eagle. If you match 3 rats, that makes sense. But then you have grass, and if you match 3 bunches of grass together, you get a snake.
Okay.
Which really seem like the same thing.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, you walk around this cute village, in this adorable art style. I really dig the art style of this game.
Yeah.
And ideally you use the D-pad to move around because it allows you to move more precisely when trying to match up where you need to be to match the three things you want to match up. Um, and that's basically it. You help out the villagers, like at the start of the game, one of the pieces that you need has fallen into someone's, what do you call it? Uh, a greenhouse, someone's
Okay.
greenhouse. So you have to fix up the greenhouse. To fix up the greenhouse, you need glass. To get glass, you have to get sand. So one of the other villagers helps you to collect
I
sand.
see. Okay.
You have enough sand, you make glass. When you have enough glass, you fix the greenhouse, and then you can get the piece that you needed from the wreckage of the greenhouse. It's
Oh.
all stuff like that. Then you'll discover that most of the villagers don't really get along. So you start helping them, not just to help yourself, but also to help them get along even more. Um, it's so much fun. It sounds boring when I explain it, and I get that, but playing it is so much fun. You I can't explain why it's so much better than what I'm saying.
Yeah. I'm I totally see. I'm a sucker for match three. Like I usually always have some match three game on my phone, and honestly at this point because I sit around so much, like I don't play them all that often. Um,
Mhm.
but like I sit there, I'm like, what cool indie game could exist with a match three? And we had like Spirit Swap last year that was really cool.
Mhm.
And when I saw this, I want to say it was at like an indie world showcase for the Switch or something like that. But like I remember thinking how cool this one looked. And I wanted to dive into it and feel how it how it mechanically felt and how it played. I'm interested because I was watching the gameplay right of the actual like match three, I guess the battle portion, like where like here, and how
Mhm.
often it looks like things are moving around and how it's not so stationary. Are
Yeah.
things moving because you're moving? Is the map always
No,
active? Is it
it's active because, like, for example, the dirt you see is probably the animals pooping,
right?
and then the snakes poop grass for some reason. But the thing is, yeah, the animals, they move around because they're animals. The
Right.
animals are stationary. So in these battles, it becomes pretty difficult after some time because they keep spawning dirt and keep
Yeah.
spawning grass. You have to keep up with everything. Um, when you make it back to Olympus, because at pretty early on you make it back for the first time, you get you this the footage that you're seeing right now is from the first test you faced there to see if you're worthy of becoming a god.
Okay.
I failed that test pretty quickly because I just couldn't keep up with the rate at which everything was spawning.
Yeah, it's super fast.
Yeah,
So
but it's fun.
if you don't move, is everything still going? Like if you just sat like one AFK, would the world still be moving around you, or is it each
Yeah,
action you take? Okay, got it. I didn't know if it
no,
was like we're waiting.
yeah.
The turn will take place when you move, or like, but it's actively at the same time. Okay,
It's
damn.
active at the same time. That's what makes it challenging, but challenging in a fun way. Like
Yeah.
I might have lost, and I struggled a couple of times, but I never got like irritated because of it.
Mm,
It all felt fair. I was just not fast enough, and
sure.
that's because I was still learning the game. Like I get that. Um, you also get to like playing these games. You also get the chance to upgrade elements. For example, I don't know if you can see it here already, but
Okay.
I got a boon that says if you connect three of I think it was grass, all grass in the game will then disappear
Oh shit.
instead of just the ones that you
Yeah.
connected. So that was cool.
Oh, that's lit.
Um, yeah, it's a really well made game. I didn't complete the demo because I
Okay.
wanted to save myself for the full game.
Sure.
Um, I do that sometimes. I've mentioned
Yeah.
that in previous Next Fests, and this was just that good that I was like, yeah, I want to keep this fresh for when I get to experience the full game.
Dope. Hell yeah. Yeah, this one I've downloaded. I want to check it out. I think I was going to check it out this morning. I saw you had already played it. So I'm like, I'll play something different. That way we have a chance to like cover more games. But yeah, this is definitely one I
Mhm.
want to play. This one looks really cool.
Go for it. It's gonna be labeled woke because it's anti-capitalist
Oh
and it's some
no! Oh
feminist
man!
messaging in there.
Well,
We love that.
you can't play woke games, Tofr. Never mind. I'll go play something different. I'll go play Warzone or something instead.
Yeah,
No, it's
I
fucking
love it.
rad.
I
Hell
loved
yeah.
it.
Dope. Sick. Oh, I can't wait. I'm excited to check one out.
Go for it.
Timestamp. Let's see. What do I got? Oh my god, I got Cupiclaw. I don't have a whole lot to say on this one. It's a we got Dungeon Crawler last year or the year before, which was like a crane machine roguelike, which was pretty fun. This is in that vein, but it's a little more simplified, I suppose, in terms of everything you get. It's really just like the one screen. You start around, but you put 20 coins in to get like 30 seconds, and then you're picking up items out of the crane machine. They're good items, there's bad items. If you pick up cans like litter, you'll lose a coin at the end of the round for each like can you picked up. But you might pick up items like, oh, the seed after 12 seconds is going to turn into a piece of grass or a plant. Those are worth 3 coins. But you'll get another upgrade that's like, oh, this is a big grass, which is worth like 9. It's like triple the score. You might get like capsules, a little like pop open what toys inside capsules that are worth more points, or a big teddy bear, and you'll get upgrades that are like based on how many animals you have, or if, oh, this is a feeding one. If you have a cat, for every like piece of food, the cat will level up this much. So you're earning more coins for each like item you pick up. I can't say there was a lot of strategy to it as I was going through. Like it is kind of like things fell where they fell, so I'll pick up what I can. But like sometimes like I want this stuff, but there's a can there. I guess I could take the shot at one can. We'll see. I was a little confused a few times because I would lose the run where like I'd get through the first stage. And when I would like finish it, it was just like, oh, sorry, you failed. I'm like, why did I fail? I have the money to do another run. I'm not sure why. And I don't know if it was like, this is the end all be all. Let me see here. Like, oh, no, I see here. Yeah, so it's like, it's 300 coins to move on to the next round. And I had to do that in this run alone. And I was only making, it costs 120. That's why it costs 125 to do a round, not the 20 anymore. That's where we're taking my money. Got it. I see. Now I can look at it. But it ended up costing more. I never got through the second round. And it's like game over. I'm like, okay, I think I'm good. I got the idea of it. This seems like one I feel like on a commute on a bus or like a sit in the back seat or passenger seat, whatever. Like it's a good like mobile game. I don't see myself like clocking in and putting a lot of time in this on my PC or on my Steam Deck or anything. It's cute. The music was charming, a little loud. There's a point where I'm like, I'm going to take a dog out now, just like enjoy this. And she just listened to the music play. I'm like, hey, I'm sorry. This sounded like I was a lot. She's like, a little bit. I ended up muting the stream. I didn't even hear it, but yeah, it's fine. It's a decent game.
Okay.
You know, I think Dungeon Crawler was a lot more of like an interactive, like roguelike experience with the claw machine thing, but I think it's charming. At least the visual style is there. It's just really cutesy. Just didn't feel like there was a lot keeping me around for more than one like session.
Yeah, I get why you mention it being better off as a mobile game.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like one.
Yeah, a little bit. Like I could see if you just format it, take the whole screen, the crane machine part, put it at the bottom, put your prize up at the top where you can scroll a little bit instead of it being as tall as it is. It just works. It would fit. I think it feels like it's more set for that, but excuse me. Yeah. It's Cupiclaw. It was there.
It was there.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's not so negative. It's just another one of those like there was nothing spectacular to be like, yes, oh my god. Like I just had my whole rant about Gambonanza and why that like hit and why that felt different. I just didn't have a whole lot in this one that made it feel like that. So yeah.
We get that.
But yeah, put you in timestamp. That's me. What you got?
My next pick was one that I've been looking forward to like for a while.
Yeah.
Called Denshattack.
Yeah, I still have to play it. I have it downloaded. I haven't played it yet. I'm excited.
Oh my god, Danny, it's so good.
Yeah.
So basically, at the start of the demo, you work as a ramen delivery girl. But to deliver your ramen, you do this by train for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the future, and cities are now. Most people now live in these domed cities
Yeah.
because pollution has become so bad. But this game isn't about those people. That would be boring.
Yeah,
It's
of
about the
course.
people who live in the outside world. And in that outside world, you make your ramen deliveries by train. But those train rides are just fucking insane. You're like grinding across rails. You're jumping across them. You're drifting through the bends. You're doing tricks in the
Mhm.
air after jumping. It's basically something like Tony Hawk, and I felt it was more like the Ollie Ollie games, those
Okay.
skateboarding games,
Yeah.
um, mixed with like these what do you call them? The Eternal Runners,
Yeah, like the Subway Surfers or the yeah.
stuff like that. So it felt like a mix of those types of games, but just presented in like the most insane way. Like it's I don't know how else to describe it as very Japanese.
Sure.
If that's wrong of me to say, but it's like it has that vibrancy to it
Mm,
that like a lot of Japanese animation has. Um, and yeah, it's sick.
cool.
It's really sick.
Uh,
When you mess up, you restart so quickly.
okay.
Uh, like now you're seeing the tutorial for the
Yeah.
video watchers, so it gets being interrupted. But
Switch it for a little bit.
I was I was struggling with that first bend, but like once you get going, you really get going.
Oh yeah.
You start to do air tricks. You start to switch tracks. Uh, it's uh it's difficult to explain how cool this game is because an explanation is just that, an explanation, and
Mm,
you have to play this one to really feel what it's like.
yeah. I mean, like transparency. I did an ad for them during I think it was Summer Game Fest or something last year.
Mhm.
I got the trailer early. I got to react to it, but like the game wasn't announced yet. There wasn't like outside of their initial trailer was anything to look at. But I'm like, this looks like a vibe. Like I dig this a lot. Um,
Mhm.
so it's one of those few. Like, I'd say a few. Like I usually will only take an ad opportunity for something I think looks dope, and if it's not, like you can really tell that it's like like Skipbo, for example, is one that I'm like, yeah, I really love this. It's so good. Um, Denshattack was one from the moment they sent me that trailer. I'm like, this looks fucking rad. Like, I want to
Yeah.
play this. And I did my TikTok for it, and it looks super dope. And when we had the demo, it turned out that I got sick when they sent me like the early demo for it, so I just wasn't sitting here playing.
Oh,
I wasn't sitting here playing, so I was like, I need to get around to it. So I was like, this will be on my like episode 2, but you've already touched it. I'm like, cool. I'm still gonna play it. I'll probably have things to say next week. But yeah, it looks fucking rad. I'm so gassed that this is out.
it
The demo.
is. And the story is just bonkers. Like
Yeah.
you do all these tricks and stuff to deliver your ramen, and then the guy that you're delivering to, he's like, "Do you know about Denshattack?" And you're like, "No, what's Denshattack?" And then they tell you all about it, how it's these kinds of races where you do all of these tricks.
Oh,
So obviously, you immediately agree to go and do Denshattack.
let's go.
Yeah, it's such a good time, and
Cool.
uh, it promises a lot, but it delivers on all of its promise.
Cool. Oh, I love it. I'm big on anime. Whatever. You hit the wall.
I hit a lot of stuff. I am not good at this
Cool.
game.
Yeah,
You
there's
need,
takes some
you need,
practice.
no, you need such quick reflexes as
Okay.
well. I don't have those reflexes, but despite that, I still had fun.
Dope.
So
Bet. Okay. I was gonna be like tonight. I'm like, nah, I got Fallout tonight. Probably not tonight, but next time, soon. I want to get to it. Ah, this looks
yeah,
rad. I'm so excited for this one. Let me see what else we got on my list. What was after my? Oh, bet. Um, so I played this puzzle adventure game called Helix, Descent, and Ascent. Hold on, I have Cupid clips in here. That shouldn't be in here. Get that fucking the wrong folder, beach. So, Helix is this black and white top-down puzzle adventure that at first I wasn't really sure how it would play. And it's this slow kind of, I say slow, it's very just like normally paced, just kind of walking through this world, trying to figure out where to go next by solving puzzles. And it's not super big to explore anything, but it is more like, what do I need to do to activate this thing and move this thing? It is fairly linear. but you are jumping between like black and white as you're going in different rooms. I can't quite tell yet if it is like a multiversal, like if you're in the white room, you're in this dimension. If you're in the black room, you're in this dimension. Aesthetically, it was a little tough at first to read what was interactable. We were like, oh, what in this totally black with white outline world can I touch or work with? And eventually you kind of figure out like, oh, this is the signposting of this. This is what I need to touch. This is what I need to click and we'll do whatever. You end up getting a bunch of different abilities. One is like you spawn like a square on the ground that turns into a pillar. And that pillar can either become like a platform for you to walk across water, or it can be something for you to like put on a button so it puts pressure on things so you can walk through a door. You'll have these crazy psychedelic moments where you like enter another dimension and you get a brand new ability where one you can like clone your head that turns into like a flying drone and it'll fly around to like hit buttons. So you'll have to like use multiple rooms to solve it. So you go stand on a button, pop off your head, and then mind control it to fly away. And once it goes through a pipe, you can stop it because it can only go so far from you. Like there's a meter of how much movement after you remove it. So you switch back to your body, you step over, it closes one door, opens another, so you can fly through and hit the button, and then you can get through another gate on your side. So it's a lot of just kind of exploring and puzzle solving. Every now and again, like when you're in one dimension, you run into, I'm guessing it's yourself, but it's the other one. So like if you're in the white world, all of a sudden the black one shows up and you're just like, hey, I'm going to do a magical thing. And I'm like, oh, cool, that's a new skill that I learned. I ended up finding what was like, I'm guessing the hub world, which is like, cool, if you're in this spot, here's a piece of paper. You want to go down, left, down, right, down, left, right. And you'll enter, like, it's that walk off the screen, that Lost Forest and Zelda level of like, once I get here, I'm where I need to be. And that took me to this grid of like an empty chart, except for my like pillar ability. I'm like, I don't know what I have to do here. But I think that's for the plot, like progressing forward. Once you complete and get more skills, you'll open that gate and like finish the game. So for now, I was like, I can't do anything. I'll come back. I went to another world that gave me different puzzles, different abilities. It's really chill. It wasn't super like, it's not timed. It's not like you got to race the clock to do anything. You just kind of play it. And I ended up just really like falling in like this place of zen as I'm just trying to solving puzzles. It was really simple, nothing too crazy, nothing too, complicated. But like here you can see like I for video watchers, I stepped on a button and I flew my head across the room to try and get an item, but it was just one too many, like the distance was too far. So the head ended up popping. So I had to place the head, then go touch the button. Then I could fly the head out in time so I can get to things without it blowing up because it was out too long. So yeah, it's just simple puzzles. I don't know how complicated like the skills end up getting. Like I said, it was a grid of like, I think it's like an 8x8 grid of skills that I'm like, oh, I don't have these unlocked yet. So I have to see what they do. The demo only had, I think, gave you 2 or 3 of the skills, depending. Yeah, I think it was like 2 or 3 of them. And they're all fine. It was the flying head and the make the pillars. But sometimes it's like make a pillar, step over, make the next pillar, step over, grab this pillar, make it so you can like make your way across because you only get 2. And yeah, like nothing impeded me. This was kind of the one I was playing before. I'm like, I desperately need a nap. I need to go sleep. And I was like, I probably won't come back to it. I got my fix. And then when I sat down to play, I'm like, no, I want to come back. I want to play more of this.
Okay.
Excuse me. And I did. And I very much enjoyed it. And I have it wishlisted. I'm excited for this one. I want to say this one Q2. I don't know if this one has a date. Let me see here. I'll put it back on the screen for people to watch this cool cutscene. Actually, it's dope. Helix.
Yeah, the art style is really impressive.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. It's really like, I say simple, but it's also not. Yeah, Q2 2026. So sometime between March and June. Yeah, I really like the cutscenes that take place. They're very like surreal and abstract. Like I don't know what's happening in this world or what's supposed to take place. Like I don't have a lore like a bit to give anybody. I have no idea what's happening here, but like I dig it. I'm having a good time with it. Like here's like that hub world I was talking about. It's like you're here with like, here's a thing on the ground. It's like, where do I go? What do I do? There's also like little mini arcade games that'll happen. You'll go to a monitor to open a door and you play like this almost knockoff Donkey Kong where you're playing as the little fish guy and your platforming is like some of your heads are flying across the screen, but then the inverted version of you is up there as like the Donkey Kong, like, hey, go away, throwing barrels and stuff. Once you get there, it looks like when you pick it, you get to choose a difficulty. I think it shows like baby, adult, and then like angry. So I'm like, okay, so is it just like easy, medium, hard? But I think there's like 2 locked versions, so I don't really know exactly what that is doing for me. It didn't seem like it became impossible or whatever. I just kind of picked one.
Okay.
It might mean more for unlocks and stuff later. But yeah, Helix, Descent and Ascent, Q2 2026. It was cool. I like the puzzles.
It looks cool.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm smart enough to solve all of its puzzles, but I'm
Yeah.
willing to give it a try.
Yeah. I say check out the demo because I don't think the puzzles are super complicated. I think sometimes just like I hesitate to call it a Metroidvania because I don't think it's a lot of like going back and exploring sections you've been to. I think like outside that hub world where I'm like, oh, I can't go here yet. But even like they gave me a dash ability, which I don't think I really ended up using. Like I was like, oh, I got to dash across stuff. It was more just in any adventure game where you're like, oh, I have a dodge roll now. I'll just get somewhere faster if I keep rolling instead of just walking. Like, that's pretty much where it became for me. But I assume at some point I'll have to use that for a thing.
Probably.
But yeah, I don't think the puzzles are super complicated. I think they're simple enough. The biggest thing might be just discerning between the color palette at first and trying to figure that out. That might be the biggest puzzle of them all. But I think once you kind of get an idea of what looks like it's a functional thing and what's not, easy.
Okay.
Ooh, boy. We're good. Little EP.
EP Danny.
Let a sick boy be sick, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But timestamp, which means, Tofr, what else you got for me?
I also played a demo for inKONBini.
inKONBini.
Yes, this is a kind of shop simulator slice of life game that I've been looking at for quite a while now. There was an earlier demo that I never got around to playing, so I'm glad there now is a demo for Next Fest. But yeah, you play as a girl working in your aunt's supermarket, and it's set in, I think it's early 1990s Japan, and it's charming. It's absolutely charming. You basically have to do everything that you're supposed to be doing when you work in a shop. You start off like you get off the phone with your aunt, and she tells you to check whether everything is in its right place in the store because the people who work the day shift might have messed up. And I didn't notice anything wrong. And then my first customer came in and he's like, huh, bread in the fridge. That's interesting. And I'm like, God damn it, I didn't notice that. You really have to pay attention to every detail because like you have to check every product, as you can see I'm doing here, but like there's so many products in this store that by the end I stopped doing that, and that's what made me miss the bread in the fridge. It's other details as well. For example, some packages have been turned with their backside to the front, so you can only see the small lettering, and then the customer came in and he complained that he couldn't read the labels.
Okay.
And I was like, damn, I missed that as well. Luckily, the game is very forgiving.
Yeah.
Like, the customer was like really gentle. We helped him out with a couple of things. He told you some personal stuff, for example, how he's not on the best of terms with your aunt who usually runs the store, but also how he's struggling in life and he's looking for like a sign on how to change his life around for the better. But it's this really introspective kind of game. Like that you only play the first night shift and you only have that one customer, and it's very relaxing. If you like games like what was the one that released last year? Discounty.
Discounty, yeah.
If you like games like that, you're gonna like this one as well.
Okay.
I think it's a much slower pace, and you really have to keep more track of details in this one. But it's really charming. I really enjoyed my time with it, and I can't wait to play the full game because this is completely my vibe.
Cool.
Help people out with their groceries, making sure the shop is well stocked, helping them at the cash register. I really dig this kind of thing.
Yeah. I've always loved how soft this one looked. Like especially in the character designs, but even just like the style of the games. There's a very like, I don't know why spongy is the way I want to describe it, and that's not what I feel. But like there's just a very relaxed visual style to it that I think is very just welcoming. And yeah, as I'm seeing you go around the shop and do the like, oh, let me rotate the item to find the barcode and give the proper change. We played Roadside Research, which we'll talk about during the what we've been playing part. And I think the giving change mechanic is always so easy to fuck up, but it's so simple that like I think however you do it, it's still gonna make sense. You're just like, oh, I just want it to function and feel right. And like just watching the character give that big old smile. I love the way she looks. There's just there's something very welcoming about this game. I think it just seems like a nice relaxing. And as in this episode, like this video we're watching where it's raining outside, like I'm imagining rain outside the window, curtains like drawn so I could just see like the dark cloudiness and just like, oh yeah, let's go. Let's run a shop.
Yeah. I also loved like the juxtaposition between the two characters, because the character that you play as is a young girl who's doing this job before leaving for college.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know where I want to go with my life. While this older gentleman who's your customer, he's like, I've lived so much of my life and I'm in a bad place right now and I want to figure out what I need to do to make it become better. And they have this conversation that just, it feels so gentle, it feels so warm. I really like it.
Hell yeah. Oh, I love that the characters also, I'm sorry, I was trying to do a thing for Instagram too, but I was like, I need the character on the screen. But yeah, I love that the characters are so developed, I guess, that they're more than just like a character walks in and says like, hey, I need some chips, thanks, you had them in the wrong aisle, and like they leave like, damn, I'm fucking like, the fact there is a narrative to them, that they like exist as characters, and I assume we'll have those moments of like, oh, this character comes back and we have interacted with him again, or they wander stop us and be like, oh, this little guy who had like a life-threatening disease, I hope he's doing all right. We never see him again. Like, what happened? Where did the little man go? Like,
it makes sense as well, because I've worked retail most of my life, and people tell you stuff when you work in retail. I don't know why. I don't know why people get drawn to a retail staff so much to like basically tell them their life story. But
I think I've always saw it as a combination of they're here, like they can't go anywhere, and I may never see this person again. Like, this is total not related, but sort of kind of. When I worked at GameStop at one point, there was a woman who wanted to trade in her DS because she needed money for gas. And I was like, I could do that for you. You're not going to go out for cash, but we can give it a shot. And she gave me a card charger. I was like, I can't accept this. It has to be a regular charger. She's like, why? It's going to charge. I'm like, if I sell someone this, that means they have to go charge a DS in their car every time. I can't do that. It has to be a regular house charger. She's like, well, how do we fix it? I'm like, I could sell you a card charger, like a house charger with the DS, but the amount you're getting for the trade along with the item, like the charger and what you're getting in cash, you're basically just going to be leaving it for like $5. Like, it won't balance out. It's not worth it. I was like, if you have one, you can find it. She's like, well, I can't because I need gas to get it. I'm like, I wish I could help you. I wish. And she kind of just told me about like, I had this, my kid got kicked out of school today and this, that, and the other. I need to go do this thing and I need gas to get to work and I'm already late because I had to go pick up my kid. And I'm like third strike. I'm like, I am so sorry. I am just a key holder. I'm just here to take your money and sell you items. I wish I could do something about that. And I was very empathetic, but like, I was a college kid. What was I supposed to do? I'm like, I can't fix it. I'm sorry.
No.
But yeah, totally. Like, people come into retail and just be like, you're here. Let me tell you about my woes.
Yeah.
But, the game looks great. I'm very excited to play it.
Yeah, you definitely should. It's a really relaxing time, and
cool.
It's, how would I describe it? It feels kind of intimate.
Okay.
Like the way you get to know someone and get to know both of these characters really feels kind of intimate, and I really enjoy that about it.
Yeah. Oh, it looks so nice. Do you know, was there any sign of like upgrading the shop? It seemed like the shop stays kind of as it is, just get new inventory and stock it as we go, or?
Yeah, I think it's just stocking it.
Cool. Just wondering if there'd be any like, oh, dude, we got the new section in the back with our arcade machine. Yeah.
That would be cool.
We go, but.
Be cool.
Yeah. Timestamp. On to my next game. I played this upcoming Metroidvania called Volunteer the Ascension. I think I got an email about this one a little bit earlier than Next Fest Demo, so I got to check it out. I really dig it. I think it's a lot going on at some points where like I don't have a dash. That seems to be the first thing I think of when I talk about this game. There's not a dash forward. There's a dash back where like if someone goes hit me, I can like bam, like that perfect timing parry kind of deal. But like as I sit here, I try to progress through the world. I'm like, I can't dash forward. I hope that's an upgrade that I can get because I want to move. But like first thoughts, you are playing as this kid, Hari, Hari.
Okay.
I want to go call him Harry, and it's not Harry. Maybe it's Harrow, something like that. Anyway, you're this kid, and like visually, they don't really call it out in the game, but visually, like you look so distinct from everybody else. Everyone else is like a Caucasian anime ass character. You're like not like brown, like you're a black character with white stripes and stuff on. You're like, oh, you stand out from everyone else here. You're very different, but why? Like, it's not really something that's harped on all that much. And then while you and your brother are training to go do this, like, let's go do a hunt and we can get some money and whatever. A brother, a very like adopted brother looking vibe. You end up seeing a bunch of these like creatures spawn in and like attack the world. You're like, oh, someone go save mom. You end up passing out because you have this dream that there's this really cool, like, let me see if I find it for video watchers. This like Spectrobes looking ass monster that runs around and you fight this weird angelic god. I'm like, yo, this is fucking nuts. And this is how the game starts with this fight. Like, what is happening? Where am I?
Right.
And you wake up from a dream like, whoa, what was that? What do I keep having this dream for? And as you're like, fast forward now, as you're going back to town to like find your mom, you have this dream, you pass out, and you go back to town, it's devastated. Everyone's like, you again? Didn't you get enough? Don't eat our children. And I'm like, whoa, the fuck did I do? What did I do? And like the town elder's like, hey, listen, you don't remember what happened? Here's some tips. Go find a thing, but like you can't stay here. Like, oh, okay, I guess I'll leave. And like for some reason you're very accepting of that. You're like, all right, cool, see ya. You open a teleporter and you leave. And then it's just kind of exploring the world and finding these like celestial statues that give you more abilities and more powers. I reached the point, the demo's pretty long. I think I played for like an hour and a half or so and I still didn't beat it. I ended up calling it because I'm like, I just need to play more games. I did enjoy my time with it. I think I'm in a similar spot where like it doesn't feel like there's a lot that I can be like, oh, it's innovative because of this. If the way I feel like the story is going, I'm going to be able to transform into some of these creatures and stuff, almost give me like Biomorph from last year. Yeah. I'm like, oh, we able to turn into things. That would make sense. In the time that I've played, that's not something that happens. And it feels like if that's the hook on the game, I should have that by now. I can't say for sure. That being said, I still enjoyed exploring the world. There's some things that like Metroidvanias do that I think you could fine tune on. Like there's not like a mini map as of yet. Like I would like that on the screen instead of like having to open the menu and zoom in to find the map or just something that I just localize, see where I'm at. I just got the point where I could put pins down on the map, but again, I just have to open a big map to do it. One of the cool things is you get like a collection of allies along with you. Like I just got this new chef named Bjorn. And he's like, I want to travel around and cook. And I think what your ultimate goal ends up being is like the town you destroyed, you're finding people to go back and take care of that town. So I just got like a guild master and the chef. But they become part of your arsenal so you can equip them. So if you hit LB and then one of the buttons, Bjorn's like, haha, it throws like a big burning pot that burns enemies for an extended amount of time. I tried to use the guild master outside of combat. I'm like, I actually don't know what you do. I'm not sure. So I think that's going to be cool seeing like which of the characters are the best for like my kit. And I'm like, oh yeah, you're cool. I like you a lot. Whether they'll stay or go and how long they stick around. There are these like boss fight encounters that I think are like very strong. Like obviously they're very strong in terms of like a battle, but I think in just execution, they're very simple. They're confined to a space. But like the first one you get is this weird little like chubby puffin looking thing. It was kind of whatever. It was hard, but like wasn't anything remarkable. The second one is this like diamond covered like ram, which I'm like, oh, you're fucking annoying. But above him is a giant like heavy rock. And when he runs after you and flips himself over, if you drop the rock on him, it breaks his armor. So like he becomes far more vulnerable than he was before. So I'm like, oh cool, there's steps to this. And it is the compared to Celeste, where you die, you spawn right back outside, you go in and you fight it again. You're not like traveling through the whole level again. As I got towards the end that I was in, like where I got to the end of where I stopped playing, I hit this point where it felt like my exploration got halted and I couldn't quite figure out where to go, which it's a Metroidvania that happens all the time. But I sat here, I was like, there's 3 spots I haven't explored, all of which are blocked off. And when I found the third one, it was just filled with these enemies that I could not fight. So I'm like, do I have to run? Do I have to hide? This guy here that throws a giant spear at you and will one-shot you. I ended up getting him to run over to the other side of the map, and he got stuck there. I'm like, oh, I can kill you. So I killed him because he couldn't fight me because he was out of the area. And then he respawned back in the space he was supposed to be.
No.
But the thing was, I didn't actually kill the guy. So like I took his health down to 0. So like there he sat. He's like, he's not fighting me. I got him. But he can still like attack me. So he's dead. Like there's no more health to like damage to deal. But he's not gone. So I'm like, all right, we'll see you, dork. And then he just spawns. I'm like, no, I need you to leave. So yeah, I reached a point where I couldn't tell if it was the game challenging me in a way of like, figure it out, go and leave, like don't stay here. But I'm like, but if I don't stay here, I don't know where else to go. I hit the point where I'm like, I'm not sure how to progress anymore. So I'm going to move on to something else. But I did really enjoy it. I almost said it was like playing MapleStory as a Metroidvania, just with the visual style. Reminded me a lot of like, you know, the color palettes and the environments of MapleStory, just with a wider out camera and stuff. But I dig it. If you like Metroidvanias, I think it's in that alley. I think it's in that space.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
It looks really good, and I get like getting stuck like that isn't optimal.
Yeah. Yeah.
But maybe it's a demo thing.
Totally.
I hope like is there a release date for this one?
Good question. Let's find out. Let me go over to Steam real quick. We need,
because I hope they managed to like iron out those things for the release.
Ascension. This one's scheduled out for March 17th.
Oof,
So
that's
not
soon.
too far. Yeah, a couple weeks out. So there's a little more signposting a little bit, I think would be helpful for there. Or like, but also it's the Metroidvania. The goal is to get lost and find your way out. Like it's you feel successful then when you figure out where to go. But like,
That's true.
and I'm saying this in a place of privilege where I get a lot of codes for games I want to play, et cetera, et cetera. But it can be tough when it's like, oh, cool, there's 17 other things to play. And if I'm just stuck here not making progress and not feeling like I'm succeeding, it's hard to want to keep playing here. Which is why like Metroidvania is not something I dislike, but usually it's like, oh, like the upper echelon of them, you know, the Dead Cells, the Hollow Knights, the whatever, the ones that I'll play through. I didn't even finish Silksong. So like, it just goes to show I'm like, I'm kind of stuck here. Let me go play something I know I can beat because I'm making more progress in my career and like work that I'm doing as opposed to like just bashing my head in with the one game, you know? So
Yeah.
that's just kind of a me thing with Metroidvanias. I'm sure many other people, but
Yep.
gotta find it. Timestamp, Tofr, what you got next?
My next game is called Randel's Quest. It's the latest game by LCB Game Studio, and I was quite surprised to see that because they are a studio that is mostly known for their pixel pulp games, these tiny horror narratives.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden they're making this roguelike Wordle-esque game, which is something I did not expect from them, but I guess they wanted to change it up. Basically, you're playing Wordle, but you're facing enemies that you have to defeat, and you do that by through elements that are decided through slot machines.
Yeah.
So there are 3 slots that will spin for every guess of the word that you have. And then it will say, for example, if the letter is in the correct position, you do damage to yourself. If the letter is in the word but in the incorrect position, you will do damage to the enemy. If the letter is not in the word, you will heal. That's one example.
Yeah.
And that's basically all of the gameplay. You just figure out the word as quickly as possible, but sometimes it might be better not to put in the correct word because it might do more damage to yourself than it does to the enemy. So it adds a layer of strategy to Wordle that usually isn't there. It's fun. So far, the demo is pretty limited. For example, there are events that you can't even access yet. Most of the demo was just facing enemies or elite enemies.
Mhm.
Uh, but it's a cool concept. I like the visual style of it.
Yeah.
Uh, and I do like Wordle, so this is something that I really do like playing.
Sure.
It can be brutal at times, though.
Okay.
The slot machines, the slots can be very unforgiving.
Yeah.
Uh, I started one run and I died within two guesses.
Well, damn.
Yeah, yeah, just because I had bad luck with my rolls.
So you said you get the items will take place if you get a letter right, or just period for guessing?
It depends. So you
Okay.
see the three question marks at the
Right.
top of the screen.
Yeah.
So the green one means that that's what happens when the letter is in the correct position.
Oh, I
The
see.
red
Okay.
one or the orange one means when the letter is in an incorrect position but is in the word, and the white one is if the letter is not in the word.
Okay.
And then with each guess,
I
all
see. I
three
see. I
of those
see.
things change, and it gets yeah, it
Ah.
can be pretty brutal, but you can get pretty lucky as well.
Okay.
And it's a fun gameplay loop, and while it could get a little bit frustrating at times when you have really bad luck, um, it's still addicting enough to keep going.
I'm seeing it. This seems like one I would enjoy, like playing with a chat that's just like, try this word, try this word. I'm like, guys, if I die, it's your fault. 25 gifted subs if you kill me right now. Like just being excited to like try and guess this word.
Hmm.
This looks fun. It's very Sierra in like the classic pixel art style. I'm thinking like these old
Yeah.
PC games. I'm like, okay, I dig it. A little crunchier than I think I like my pixel art, but I like now watching a little animation of like your character glow as you're like spelling the word. I'm like, wait, that's kind of lit. That looks really cool. Everything looks really good though. This looks fun.
It is fun, and yeah, the visual style is a bit reminiscent of their other games, the Pixel Pulp games,
Hmm.
because they're really crunchy pixel art. Um, but they used to be horror. This
Yeah,
is less horror, except if you count the monsters that you're fighting.
sure.
But it's a nice change of pace from what they usually do. I do hope they go back to making more Pixel Pulp games because
Hmm.
they seem pretty cool. I still have to play them,
Okay.
uh, but I like the concept of these tiny um, horror experiences. They're visual novels, but they're all
Hmm.
horror themed, and they don't take too long to finish, which I think is ideal for me.
Yeah, yeah.
But then this one comes around and Randall's Quest, and it looks like I could keep playing it forever.
Okay. Dope. Yeah, I'll give this one a shot. I think it'd be fun to play. I haven't played Wordle like I think since Wordle like launched and became popular. I think every year we do our cabin trip. It's like you do the Wordle day. I'm like I don't even have the app installed. No, I haven't touched Wordle. And then we do Wordle for the weekend. Then I uninstall it again. But
I get that. I keep forgetting to play.
fuck yeah, dig it. Randall's Quest.
Randall's Quest.
Randall's Quest.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm sick. Do you know we have a date on this one? Is this coming
No,
soon?
it's just coming soon.
God damn, no release dates. God, indie games. Why can't you give me a release date? Just kidding. Take your time. Make your game. All right, timestamp. The next game I play is actually one. So I've been friends with them on TikTok for a while, and I've been meaning to check out the demo, and it's always gotten away from me.
Mhm.
But it's this cute little. I don't even want to call it a platformer. Excuse me. Oh fuck, man! What a long day. It's more of just a puzzle game where you're using sticky notes to help a frog get through the level. And it's called Walking the Frog. Or sorry, Walk the Frog? Walk the Frog. Well, let me double check. Make sure I got this right. I'm going to spell the game right. Give me a second. Walk the Frog. Yes, Walk the Frog.
Okay.
But yeah, you're playing as this little frog, and when you start the adventure, it's just like, cool, where do I gotta go? I gotta get out of this cave. And you just get a page of sticky notes, and you kind of have to slide around and figure out where the image is. And like a puzzle, you're like, okay, well, obviously this goes with this, but why is this not working? I'm like, oh, I'm missing this chunk of the mountain here. But you kind of figure out where he needs to progress. So you're like, oh, I got to get him to jump off of this thing and down to the floor. But I'm thinking there's a space here. He has to go down and walk across, but he actually has to climb down on the tree. So I'd move everything over to the left so I could make this work properly. And it took me a minute sometimes to figure out where things have to go. Some puzzles are a lot easier than others just because you can really envision what has to go where. Some do require a lot more of like grab and move and drop, move this here. That's not working. Move this over here. But I remember finding them on TikTok and just being in love with the idea of like moving sticky notes that have pre-drawn images on them to build the image in front of you. And this was so fun. Just a chill, relaxing moment. I think it felt a little like sticky in terms of, no pun intended, for like the actual sticky notes where like it was more of like a hold and then drag. And like if you happen to drag a sticky note on top of another sticky note, it would swap it. But it did feel a little like cumbersome, I think, at times to be like, I'm going to drag this here, blop, this here, blop, this here, blop. Boom, bap. So it was a little chunky, I think, at times. I ended up finding myself, if I just place it on one that already existed, made me moving things a little bit quicker. So I have to drop and pick up, drop and pick up. That might also just be a setting. That's a tap to pick up as opposed to hold. But you're meeting all these cute characters on the way. Like one of the levels, you're introduced to this like stink fly who's just like, poop. And the frog's just like, hey, can I get around? He's like, hey, don't disrespect the dung. The dung's amazing. He's like, okay, it's just poop. Like, no, you don't understand. That's the dung beetle king over there. And the dung beetle king's like, you, what do you want? He's like, can I get past? I'm trying to get home. He's like, no, give me the proper, the royalty, blah, 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 blah. You know, he's like, show me some respect. It's like, oh, your highness, could I please pass to go home? No, but thank you for asking. Anyway, yeah, you can fly over this thing. Have a good day. Like, there's just different characters you mean that are funny and goofy. There's a crane who's just like, I've lost my children. If you don't find them, I'm going to eat you, little frog. Like, okay, I'll go find your fucking kids. Jesus. The demo kind of has you skipping around through the story. You start at the beginning. Here's a couple levels later, a couple levels later, a couple levels later. Just kind of get a different idea. None of them really played any different. They were more just like aesthetically different. Like one's trying to get into a nightclub, one's going through the forest, one's going through the mountains. So it's cute. I really like just the gameplay loop. I think just, moving sticky notes around and putting them where you need to go to solve the puzzles is challenging. Not in like, oh my God, it's too difficult, but it is like, how do I find the images on this puzzle? Where it is, I kind of have to figure out where I have to go and then build that image as opposed to like, oh, I know what I have to make. Let me just build that. So it's kind of like two different versions of a puzzle at one time.
Okay. It looks adorable.
Yeah, it's so cute. Like I said, I followed them on TikTok for so long. I'm pretty sure they messaged me like in the wee hours of the night. I saw I had a message from them and they were like, hey, our demo's up. And I'm like, don't worry, I plan to play this afternoon. So yeah, it's really charming. Yeah. I'm excited for more of it.
I can imagine.
Yeah. But that's Walk the Frog. Timestamp. Tofr, what else you
got? My next game is by Capybara Games, the people who made Grindstone. And this is something very different from them as well.
Okay.
Called Find Your Words.
Yeah.
Where you play a child who is going to this kind of summer camp.
Okay.
But the child you're playing as is non-verbal.
Oh.
They don't communicate using words. So when you arrive at camp, apparently they have experience with this kind of thing. And they give you this binder and a couple of stickers that you can use to communicate with. And that way you start communicating with the other kids at camp. The more you communicate with the others, the more stickers you collect, so you can use the binder to have even longer conversations.
Yeah.
And basically run around the camp doing activities. You can do some bird watching and collect all of the birds that you spot. You can find someone's lost hanger, what do you call it? A locket?
Locket? Like a little necklace? Kind
of? Yeah, that's it. Locket. A charm. That's the word that I was looking for.
Okay.
You get to play with the kids at the camp, and yeah, I thought this was just really a really cool concept for a game. Like you get these real insights in what it means to communicate in a different way than we are used to.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so cool to see like these reactions from these other kids. They're all really understanding of what it's like, and they just involve you as the character in their types of play and their kinds of activities. Um, it's really heartwarming and wholesome. Um, the menus could use some polishing, I think,
Okay.
but that's just being really annoying about things because this is just a really delightful game.
Yeah.
I do wonder like what the story will be like um, beyond the demo, but it's so wholesome and I love it.
This is adorable. Yeah, when I can immediately see like, yes, this is Grindstone in 3D. Like the character designs look very similar. I love how this looks, and like just looking at the characters on the screen, right? You have the kid in the wheelchair with the tablet. You have the kid hiding in the box. Like I think all these characters already feel like they have so much personality, as opposed to just like husks that are in the world to interact with. I'm loving everything I'm seeing. I feel like I have to have seen that this game was announced and just forgot about it. But like this looks so cute. I love this.
I know, right? It feels very wholesome. It feels
Yeah.
very inclusive, like you mentioned. The kids are bursting with personality, and
Yeah.
I would die for all of them.
Oh my god. How long was the demo? Did you have like the opportunity to do anything? Like right now we're watching you like introduce yourself with the kids and everything. But like what became like your next objective, I guess? What did you have to do?
Interacting with the kids mostly. So like I did the bird watching stuff. Um, like the kids will ask things from you, and
Okay.
you will try to like get these things done. Um, you can see like on the board here the
Yeah.
kinds of things you need to do: find a lost charm, inspire an artist, bird watching, learn a new dance. That's all of the stuff you did. I didn't finish the demo as with one of the previous games. I want to save myself for the complete game
Yeah.
when it releases. I think I played for about half an hour, but mostly I was just collecting things for the other
Yeah.
kids,
Aw.
collecting stickers through activities. Yeah.
This is cute. It like watching you explore reminds me of a short hike. Um
Yeah.
and that has me even more excited. Like this is cool. I love this.
Yeah.
Oh shit. All right. Well, that's got to go on the wish list. That one's going on the wish list.
It should. It doesn't
Say.
have a release date yet, just says
Okay.
2026.
Yeah, let me see here.
We'll
Steam.
have to wait and see.
Shh, be quiet, Frog Game. We already had your turn. Final words. Wish list. Bada bing. Nice. Hey, quiet finder. Words. You already had your turn. Timestamp. All right. Let's see. We're on to my penultimate game. My second last game that I played this week. Actually, an email about this one a few weeks ago, and wanted to check it out, and I got a chance to do it this morning. It is called Ghetto Zombies.
Okay.
It is kind of Vampire Survivors esque. It's not quite as like the hordes are as abundant, and there's a little more like actions and things you're doing into it as opposed to just kind of auto battler.
Hmm.
I think what got me into it was the charm of the world. There's this very like urban city. Like I only played like the one round with this one kid. He's like I think he's like the beefier tank kid. He had the most health. But you're going around to tag the city that is just like kind of bland. And then zombies are like, hey, stop tagging shit. So you fight the zombies afterwards. As you are like roaming around, you'll pick up points for kills and then stars. The stars are kind of the currency used to buy upgrades. So around the world, you'll find dumpsters like 50 stars for this, 30 stars for this. Once you tag everything, you get a key, which helps you open the gate to the next area. The dumpsters can contain healing, so you can like just heal yourself back up. You can get new guns, new weapons, and stuff like that. I got I think 3 or 4 different weapons. One was like a bee gun that shot like honeycombs and like bees would come out. One was just a sniper
Yeah.
rifle. One is like the default weapon for this character was I think it's Faba. I can't tell if it's an O or not, or if it's just a smiley face for his name. If it's Fabio, I wasn't entirely sure. Um, but yeah, I got through my run. I was about to finish the run. Like I got the boss room key, and ended up getting swarmed enough where I couldn't make it out and died. And I was like, this is fine. It wasn't. I think maybe have to give it another go and see maybe with another character or beat a run and see like what progression feels like. But as I went through and was tagging stuff and finished the level, I just didn't feel driven to come back to it.
Okay.
I think like as someone who's like I'm actively playing Ball Pit in the PlayStation, get the platinum. I have like 2 trophies left. I think I just have to like make the last few evolutions and then I think like make 1,000 gold in one move. Where I'm like each time I'm doing that, I'm like, oh, I'm seeing this score go up. I'm doing that. I'm sure there's something here that does that. Like I'll see my characters upgrade. But just in my one run and then failing at the end, I think you get like checkpoints for this one. If you find a computer, you can save, go back to the base. I guess you can heal and maybe swap characters and stuff. But it's like, all right, cool. If you want to go finish that run, go back out. So it seems a little more lenient than most other games in this genre, which is kind of cool. But I don't know. I feel like I felt scarce for ammo at points where like as I got to the end, I'm like, I can't beat this because I don't have the ammo. And like the only weapon I'm getting ammo for is my sniper, which is not conducive of a fight like this. Like I have a horde of zombies and I'm like standing in the middle of the ground. Like I'm not going to live. And again, I did one run that might just, it's a growing pain of seeing what do I have to do? How do I want to play? Which character fits me best, etc. But yeah, I really like how it looks. The music was fine. Like it was kind of this urban poppy synth kind of style to it. But yeah, once I got through that, I think I was kind of just, I experienced it. I don't think I see myself playing more of it, but it was fun.
Okay.
Yeah. Those are my thoughts. That's Ghetto Zombies. There you have it.
Ghetto Zombies.
Yeah. Timestamp. Tofr, what else you got?
You mentioned Vampire Survivors there.
I did.
Ponkel, the developer of Vampire Survivors, are creating a new game. And it's called Vampire Crawlers.
No way.
And it's a deck builder. Hell yes. And it's I mean, we know that they can make addictive games, but this is just as addictive as Vampire Survivors. I mean, it has all of the same things like the noises that make your brain go happy.
Love brain happy.
Yeah. The main difference with most deck builders that you'll play is that this one is very fast paced. Like you can there's a button to just play your whole hand in one turn.
Okay.
Just to speed things up. And enemies go like at the start you might struggle with some enemies, but then you'll be leveling up like you do in Vampire Survivors by collecting gems.
Yeah.
And there comes a time when you're just so leveled up that enemies just disappear with just one turn of one turn. It's so addictive. There's not that much more I can say about it. It's really just Vampire Survivors. That actual game turned into a deck builder.
Yeah.
And it's really cool. If you've played Vampire Survivors, you'll recognize all of the items that you can use as cards in this one. You'll recognize the enemies. You probably even recognize the level design. It's all taken from that base game, but it works so well. And this is gonna be one of those one more go type of games that is really gonna get under your skin.
Yeah. I gotta get this. I know there was a demo until I saw a friend of the show, Rogan, did a video of like 7 demos to play at Next Fest. I'm like, oh, Vampire Crawlers, that one. Got it. Understood. I have to download that tonight.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks rad. I want to give it a shot. What I'm interested in is, like, I know in these games you get your evolutions, right? So I get this card and this card, it evolves into this item, which does way more damage. So I'm like, oh, if I get the axe, and I'm trying to think of any of the combos from Vampire Survivors and which ones do what. But I'm like, oh, if I get these two together, it's going to do this. It's going to be crazy. Or I get the 2 books, so I get the big one, or I get the garlic and the fucking pulsating circle, the prayer circle, and do whatever. Like, seeing which ones combine into what. I'm like, oh, I'm going to fucking wreck some shit eventually. Yeah, this looks rad.
You can like in my playthrough, I got 2 Bibles, and they didn't combine into one bigger Bible or anything.
Okay.
But you do get like gems that you can put on your cards. For example, that card will activate twice instead of just once when you play it. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So there are those quick upgrades still to get.
Cool. Ah, damn. And then you unlocked the character. Okay, cool. Cool.
Yeah,
I like this.
Those are the titular crawlers.
Yeah.
So they become part of your deck, and when you play them, they will add bonuses to whatever card you're playing.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Sick.
It's so
yeah.
good.
It's Vampire Survivors. I'm just seeing all the things I'm like, yep, I remember this. I remember seeing this. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Damn.
They really know what they're doing, Ponkle. They really know what they're doing.
Yeah, this looks good. I don't know who got this for the fantasy draft, but they might be in a good spot. This looks good.
I think so.
Damn. Yikes, team. Yikes. I bet. Timestamp. Vampire Crawls. I'm playing that later. I had one more game that I got to play this week. And so far, this is easily my favorite game that I've played in Next Fest.
Oh, wow.
I remember seeing this game get announced at the Humble Game Showcase last year. And it's called Town of Zoz. I wasn't entirely sure what it was going to be, like what this game was. But it reminded me a lot of Dodgeball Academia with the character designs, and it was super anime. So I'm like, okay, let's go. I'm into this. But you're playing as this child. I'm not entirely sure of the narrative quite yet, but it looks like you ran away from home because you're like, I'm independent. I'm going to do my own thing. And your family's like, the shop's dying. We need you to come home and help us. You're like, ugh, fine, I'll come home. And then you have your partner, Z. It's kind of, I hesitate to say Pokemon yet because like it doesn't like you're catching creatures and everything. You kind of have your like ghost companion Z. It looks like you have the spiritual companion that kind of travels around with you. Maybe everyone has that, but it's, the only one I've seen is Z so far. But it is this top-down isometric hack and slash kind of adventure. You are going through and beating up all these different little creatures. You're opening jars to find food and money. And when you go back to town, you can buy things and eventually cook recipes. There wasn't a lot of cooking or anything in this game. I immediately wanted to compare it to like Dos of Divas, being like, oh, two big adventure games or an RPG and an action adventure game that are like food focused, cultural focused type of games. And so far the food isn't super abundant in the demo, at least. Like there is a mission, go pick up 13 berries and then bring them back. This was very combat heavy, which I dug a lot. But yeah, you end up teaming up with Z, who's your little companion. I don't fully have my head wrapped around how he functions entirely yet. You can use like the right stick to make him move around, and you can make him like fall to the ground, turn to teeth, and like chomp on your feet. But what you do is you end up infusing him into your sword, so you get different like strong abilities. So you can like attach Z to somebody, and if you hit them with a heavy attack, it does more damage. Once you get back to like your home and you find grandma, she's like, oh hey, welcome back, like grandma's speaking to you in like their native tongue, and you're like, I don't know what you're saying, grandma. You're like, oh, because I didn't learn, I speak I was speaking English or whatever. But like as you run around town, you'll see people with like random symbols as opposed to like text you can read. So I'm wondering if you'll learn the language at some point or whatever. I just really, really, really vibe with the style. Like, I think it is so cute. It's so, again, Dodgeball Academia is the first thing I think of with the actual character designs. And I went to look, and I maybe it's in one of the trailers somewhere, but like, it's not the same team that made Dodgeball Academia. It might be one of those from some of the developers who made, and that's why it looks so similar. Whether it is or is not, doesn't matter to me. I'm in, because I'm sold on the art style. But you end up coming home. Dad's like, when you come home, bring me one of my favorite desserts or whatever. And it gets stolen from you from a rat. You can't go and buy another one in time. And dad's very like tight ass, like there's tradition and you're not following it. And he's just kind of checking you on your shit. And it's like, Dad, fuck off. You're so annoying. But I want to find the one cutscene because it's super fucking rad. Like once you get back into town. Yeah, there's these. I don't know if this is the final art style yet. Or if this is like, pre-final animation cutscenes, but they're so they're so anime. Like the chibi facial expressions. You got this baddie rolls into town and runs you over with her motorcycle right away. And she was like, sorry, I thought you were roadkill, but you're actually a person. I apologize. Like I could take you to your house. What's up? I've already had the idea. My voice is gone, so I can't do it. But like, I want to dub over some of these cutscenes just for the sake of it and be like, yeah, just there's dialogue, but it's one of those kind of dialogue as opposed to like actual speaking.
Yeah.
So if the developers need someone to go to the microphone and just I can do that. I would love to be a character in this game. I would love to be in Town of Zoz because it looks super rad. I loved my time with this demo. I think the characters look great. I think the combat's really fun. I think some of these simple puzzles you have to solve are really fun. Like, there's just so much I'm going to get lost in this game. And it's got farming sim stuff too. Like they don't really put a lot into it in this demo, but you get to plant the seeds in the farm and do everything else. I was trying to find footage of that, and maybe I just kind of passed it by. Here, it should be in here. Yeah, but you like back in your house, there's 3 different plots. You hoe the ground, put in the seeds, water the seeds, move on to the next day. Again, I didn't get to do much with these, but like I assume there's gonna be cooking mini games to give you items and stuff to heal yourself and everything. But I fucking loved it. It's just got Danny ass game written all over it, and like it's got my style, it's got my gameplay, it's got my characters, it's got my cutscenes. Like it's something I'm just gonna fall in love with, and I'm gassed for this one to come out later this year.
I can imagine. It's got so much personality to it.
Yeah, it's so cool. I want to find if I have the last cutscene that plays. Let me see. Yeah, because like you end up beating this bot, and like this is the one cutscene. I'm like, oh my god, why aren't they listening to you? Wipe out the nest, he says. You know, whatever. Like it's him and Z having an argument back and forth after you've beaten the boss. Yeah, and then you have this interaction with your dad, and maybe spoilers for the demo, so don't pay attention if you plan to play it. And this is where I like hesitate to like kind of step into the toe of like Pokemon, because it gives a very Pokemon energy. But like Z is like, I got it, I have to help you, but like his soul can't leave your sword for some reason. He's like, fuck, something's wrong. So he has to go above and beyond to help you and save you. But then dad ends up catching him in like a glass vial. That in the animation, so I'm gonna let this play. But it's so fucking rad. Where like you see the vial break and all the different glass shards start to like ting 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 ting, ting and like sucker around him. And then end up catching Z. I'm like, oh no, what's happening? And that's where like, thanks for playing. I'm like, no, don't do that. I need to see what happens. Yeah, like this is so sick.
That does really give Pokemon vibes.
Yeah. And I want to give a full effort. I want to sit down with this cutscene and just dub over it and be like, yes. Or like come with voice to Z. I just don't have it. It's not there right now. I've already done this hour and a half episode of no voice. I'm like, I can't even pretend like I'm going to do a voice acting gig. Be like, that's your father. You're like, thanks for playing. I'm like, fuck. Like I want more. I think it's going to be like a really fun one that I just fall in love with and become one of my favorites of all time. Hopefully.
Could be.
But yeah. Town of Zoz. We're still on Steam. Demo's really cool. Go play it.
Nice.
Timestamp, which means that's all I got. That's all I got to play this week for Next Fest. So Tofr, you have like 95 more.
Yes, I do.
All right, cool. I'm gonna go take a nap. You just run it, bud.
The first one I played from the 3 more I have, not 95, is The Witch's Bakery.
Yeah.
Which is this a game with a beautiful art style, and it's a 2D adventure RPG where you live as a witchy baker who's just started life in Paris with her own bakery. You and your cat-like companion, he says he's not a cat, but he's very cat-like. Start a bakery in Paris, in Montmartre, which I think is the most ridiculous thing about the whole demo. Okay. Is that you can afford to get a bakery going in Montmartre. I mean, that place is expensive. But anyway, you start a bakery, but the thing is you can bake goods that will alter people's emotions if necessary. You are very in tune with how people feel. And for example, within the demo, you meet someone who's living with this big regret and who has shut off her emotions because of that. So you bake her something to get rid of that regret. You have to travel into her, what was it called? Is it a mind palace or something? Or heart palace?
Okay.
I think it's heart palace.
Very Persona.
And you have to solve a maze to get the emotions flowing again. But yeah, that's only part of the demo. Like most of the demo is just you. During the day you're working in your bakery, so you need the dough, and your your cat companion then bakes everything into delicious croissants, breads and stuff like that. And then after your shift is done, you get to explore Paris. For example, one of your neighbors owns a cinema, so you can go and watch a movie. You can go to the local mall and visit the local restaurant, or you can go and visit the wizard who has his own shop in the mall, stuff like that. It's really cute. It's like a shop sim mixed with a life sim. Um, I really like it, and I didn't finish the demo because once again I want to save most of the gameplay for the finished game.
Sure.
But it's really cute, and the art style is really what sold me on it in the first place.
Aw. Yeah, I love
Also,
this.
the sign that says "Oui Oui Baguette." I think that's
We
hilarious.
baguette. Aw. It looks great. Again, another one that I have the demo downloaded for. I haven't got to play it yet. I remember when I first saw it, it was like, it reminded me of Magical Delicacy a lot, where I was just like, what's going to be different about this one? And it looks like it's less explorative, at least in what we've seen here gameplay wise. I don't know how much more you're going around town and actually like collecting shit compared to Magical Delicacy. But I think stylistically, this one's more my speed than Magical Delicacy was. I really like the character. Like, she's just so round and soft, and there's a very like painterly, like I guess watercolor is probably the right direction to go with them. Like, they're really pretty. I like this.
Yeah, yeah. I get the comparison you make with the other game you
Magical
mentioned.
Delicacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one wasn't completely my speed either, and this one definitely is.
Fuck yeah. Go witches. Go bake some bread.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Sweet. All right. Witches Bakery. What else we got?
Another shop management sim. This one is called Waxheads. And
I've
in
never
this
heard
one,
of this before.
I've never mentioned it. So I don't really need to introduce it too much because I have mentioned it a couple of times before now on this podcast.
Yeah.
But in Waxheads, you work at a record store that's called Waxheads, and the core gameplay is basically you recommend records to people, and you get to see if they leave satisfied or not. There is some more drama to it because the owner of the record store used to be in this really big band until the band broke up because she fell out with her sister, but nobody really knows why. And then just when you start working at the store, the sister comes back and wants to buy the store from her, from the owner. So there's some drama going on there, but we'll have to wait and see how that evolves.
Okay.
But it's really cool. I really dig the art style. I really dig the music that they created for the game. It reminds me a bit of Dead Pets, with that punky vibe. Although there's more than just punk in this game. There's different music styles. You also get to design posters, stuff like that. There's an arcade machine in the store that you can play if you want to.
Okay.
So there's a variety of things that you can get to. But yeah, it's mostly the whole world that they've created, like the whole music scene that they've created for this game that really intrigues me.
Yeah.
There's blogs that do reviews of records. There's different bands with their own histories. It's all really well done, and we finally have a release date for the full game as well. It's releasing on May 5th. So only 2 months left to wait for this one. I can't wait to play the full game.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you've been gassed for this one. It looks dope. I like the style. I'm like sitting here watching you do this puzzle, fitting everything on the board. I'm like, oh, what in the little to the left is this? What am I looking at here?
Yeah, you have to fit everything on the board without any overlap.
Oh God. Yeah, you're perfect. Yeah, like there, you nailed it. Perfect. Sorry, audio listeners, you don't get to watch this puzzle. Nailed it. Sick. Yeah. This one come with a date yet? Or I forget if we had a date for this one.
Yeah, May 5th.
May 5th. Cool. Sweet. We'll see you in May. You get to wax your head in May. It's gonna be great. Timestamp. And on to your next best demo. What you got for us?
My last one is another deck builder, but it's a deck builder with a bit of a twist. Because in All Will Rise, you build your deck to have conversations with people, to have discussions with them. All Will Rise is about a town in India where the river has been so badly polluted by this mega company, and you try to combat this by taking them to court.
Okay.
You play as a lawyer and her team, trying to make this happen. And to make this happen, you have to collect arguments. And you do this by investigating.
Okay.
So during the week, you go on different missions. You get to assign yourself and your two colleagues to like different missions to see if you can collect new arguments for your big final argument. I'm gonna get sick and tired of the word argument.
Yeah.
For your big argument that you can use in court to then finally try and get justice. It's really interesting so far. I haven't played the entire demo yet because it's a 3-hour demo.
Sure. Oh wow.
Yeah, but the game, it's really interesting because you really have to think about where you put like some of your arguments, where you put like what causes one thing, what's the what happens because of that cause, stuff like that. You have to really consider what cards you play and where you play them. And you have these kinds of arguments with different characters. You don't just do that in court. For example, there's a woman in town who claims to speak for the river god, who has been so badly damaged. And you want to get her on your side because you're fighting for the same cause. But she doesn't trust you because she feels like you're in it just to get personal success. So you have to argue with her as well and see if you can find common ground, while also getting more stuff on the company that you're trying to battle. It's super interesting. I'm gonna play more of the demo after this because I want to finish it. I think the game is releasing at the end of the year. It has a Kickstarter going right now. It's already been fully funded.
Yeah.
But, stretch goals. Let's get those stretch goals. And I just love the idea behind it. Like trying to get justice in a very capitalistic system isn't easy. And this is a game that tries to do it.
Sick. I'm like lost in staring at these characters, and I've mentioned before, like character designs and style is always like the first thing that'll get me in. And like I guess our protagonist, I'm like, she looks fucking rad. She looks dope.
She does.
Forgive me.
Yeah.
Ooh, what a day. Fuck yeah. Yeah, this looks dope. I like the. I'm like looking at the grid of words on the screen, and I'm like, it's like little comic book covers and everything, and it's very stylistic. I'm like, oh, I have to figure out how that would like function or how to like play with this and like what my deck building looks like. But yeah, this is a unique one. I dig it. It's
very unique, and I like deck builders that try something different. So this one is very much my thing.
Fuck yeah. Oh my god, look at this dude. Placeholder art. That's fun. Reminds me of Hades too. Sick. All right. Well, hey, that's what we played at Steam Next Fest so far. Normally we're like, hey, what else are we looking at playing? You got any other ones you're like sitting downloading? You're like, I can't wait to jump into, or?
Oh my god. Do you have a moment? Because I have plenty.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep it a surprise. I'm gonna keep it a surprise.
Okay.
And just wait until next week to mention.
Fair enough. I'll mention one or two that I'm looking forward to because Retail Hell we saw at the Indie Fan Fest the other day, which looks really cool. I got to watch Mal play a little bit of it already. It looks really rad. I'm excited to dive into that one. And also the next Devolver game, the Dungeon Experience, got a demo, so I want to check that one out as well. So those are the two that are on my radar for Next Fest, along with the other like 15 or so I have installed here. And I've not pulled up the Steam page yet to go through and look at like what hasn't, like, or what has been like moved up on like popular shit. So see what else is on there.
Yeah, same. And at this moment I have 46 demos still installed.
Wow. Oh Jesus! I
will never get round to playing all of them.
No, we never do. I just got to the point where I had to uninstall a bunch of shit because I had the footage from the last podcast. I had to get room for this podcast we recorded, all the demos installed, and then footage I have for other projects. I'm like, God, I have no room on here for all these demos. So I had to uninstall Deadlock and Outlast Trials. I'm like, we're not playing these right now. I'll reinstall them after next fest. It's going to be fine. Yeah, I had to make some room.
Yeah, I get that.
But timestamp next fest. Hey, if you want more next fest demos, come back next week. We got plenty more. But before we move on to wrap out the show with a few other things, we do have a little bit of what we've been playing. We each played another game this week. Tofr just did a couple, so I'll hop into mine. Mallory and I played some Roadside Research, which is, I hesitate to call this one friend slop. It is funny that I've gotten a couple comments on my short form stuff being like, don't use friend slop unironically. It's it means you have no friends. It makes you sound like a friendless nobody. I'm like, why are you mad? What are you upset about? Half the developers call their games this themselves. Like, relax.
Yeah.
Calm down, child. It's just relax. Calm down. That being said, I don't think it's so much friend slap, but it is like a supermarket sim where you're playing as aliens trying to blend in with humans. Mm-hmm. It is so funny because, like, let me run this back quick because you'll see, you don't get to see much in first person, but in a second here, you're going to see Mal running around in the background. It's for 4 players. We just play with the 2 of us. And you are running a gas station. So you can go outside and pump people's gas. You're selling them groceries inside. We talked earlier about with inKONBini, which how we pronounce it, about the change and everything. So you're doing that whole thing. You're then upgrading the shop. So each time you close it, you have to restock, get more stuff, get more shelves, get containers to hold gas canisters so you can refuel it right away. You can, there's alien upgrades, so you can like get cool futuristic things that are like, oh, that's cool. That shouldn't exist though with our technology. Like you have a trash can that's got like antennas on it that automatically gravitates people to throw their trash away, which you then take the trash, put into a research bin. So as aliens, you can study humans more with their trash, and you get alien points for that, so you can get more stuff. You can get a wacky inflatable arm floating tube man that's shaped like an alien, and eventually your overlords are like, hey, we need to spy on the humans. I need you to take this little camera and take pictures of people that look like this. And then every day they give you a list. I need a pink shirt, black pants, blonde hair. You don't need a person that has all that, but you need to take pictures of people that have those like characteristics. You have to be stealthy with it though, because if you just walk up to someone and go click, they're like, that's really weird, and you're like, your meter goes up of people who are like tracking you. If that meter goes all the way up, the fucking FBI shows up and they're like, hey, we're the aliens. And you like, I haven't totally figured out yet how to best avoid them. You can play it cool and just be like, yeah, just run the shop, officer, no worries here. There was one point where I ran into the bathroom to hide, and homie just peeps in and goes, you're dead. Bang! And then turn around, you too? Bam! And it doesn't like, you don't lose the run, you just respawn in like a porta potty and come back, but the status of your shop has gone down. So like people aren't comfortable with you anymore, so you have to build that back up. I haven't entirely found like the downside to that quite yet, where like, oh no, people don't like our shop, but like, it seems like maybe they're not as willing to pay for like some of the prices that you have on your items, because you can adjust the prices, but like I haven't really fucked that a whole lot. We kind of just did the day. But yeah, it's just like a fun little rinse and repeat, do the same thing every day. I know Mal and I want to dive back into it and play some more of it. I want to hear me running like, here's me like trying to take pictures of people. I'm like, hey, you have black bottoms too. But that lady saw me take a picture. She's like, huh? What? Hey, what are you doing in there? And Mal would be like, did you take a picture? I'm like, yeah. Like, okay. I just saw the meter go up. I'm like, okay. Are we okay? Is everything good? Are we? Yeah. Everyone in line's like, hey, what's going on? Oh, hold on. Here it is. Wait, let me run it back. This is us hiding in the bathroom. Like, everyone hide, be chill. The FBI's coming. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna see it coming. And there you come. I'm like, uh-oh. And bam. And I got caught.
Oh no. Caught.
Yeah. And then so did Mal. It's fun. I'm enjoying it a lot. We were talking about playing this on Saturday night. I'm like, I've already played with Mal. I'm totally down to play more, but I think it's fun and it's chill. It's in early access. There's still stuff get added and more content, but yeah, I think it's just a cozy, like, chill and play kind of game. It's on Game Pass. I picked it up on Steam as well. Actually, I blame Mal a little bit because she was like, yeah, I downloaded Roadside Research. I'm like, oh, cool, it's out. Let me grab it. And I went to add her on Steam. She's like, oh, I'm on Xbox. I'm like, God damn it. I bought it on Steam. Downloaded it on Game Pass. So did that. But yeah, it's a fun little, like, goofy time. I don't know how much more there will be to do outside of the mundane. It's like either you ring the customers, you clean up, or you pump the gas. So it might get a little, like, annoying after a while, just doing the same thing over and over again. But I've had fun with this so far. It's cool.
Okay. Yeah. I love how the aliens just disguise themselves by having, like, a sheet of paper.
Yep, yep. You get to customize your guys. When you start, you can change your shirt color. You can change the mask you're wearing, which is just a piece of paper with different drawings. You can also change your head glow color. Mal was able to notice it. I couldn't really see it. I'm like, I'm not entirely sure what the head glow entails. If it's like, oh, urgency's happening, you're glowing, or if it's like at night, your head glows, or what it was. But I don't know if Mal picked, like, green on green or, like, blue on blue, so I couldn't see it or what it was. But yeah, it's kind of existed.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Roadside Research out now on Steam and Game Pass and early access. Give it a shot. It's pretty silly and goofy. Don't get caught by the FBI.
Nice. That's always a good idea.
Yeah, honestly. But Tofr, you have a game you're playing. What you got?
Yes, it's one that I talked about 2 weeks ago, Scarlet Hollow, the first game by Black Tabby Games, the creators of Slay the Princess. Episode 5 finally dropped. It dropped in 2 parts because they couldn't finish the drawings quickly enough.
No.
Yeah. But episode 5 dropped, and I'm not going to spoil anything because you need to experience the story for yourself. I'm just going to say play it a couple of times and choose different options, because I have two separate save files, and I discovered so many different things in my 2 playthroughs.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have known if I had stuck to my first save.
Interesting.
There's so much to this game. Like, the first playthrough of episode 5 only took me about 45 minutes, which seems short. But the thing is, episode 5 has more words written than the entirety of Slay the Princess.
Yeah.
So you have to play it multiple times just to discover everything. And I'm gonna do even more playthroughs of the entire game because there's still more I want to discover. But it's so well done. It's so well written, and it's really ramping up. Like, the final 2 episodes will be released together or shortly after each other.
Okay.
And you can really feel the tension mounting now. It's nearing the end game, and I am so excited for it. It's oh my god. I love Scarlet Hollow.
Oh yeah. It seems like one, like, after finally playing Slay the Princess, I definitely want to check it out. I'm wondering if I'm just gonna Delta Rune it and be like, last episode's out, let's just play the whole thing and go from there. But yeah,
I would understand that.
I like the style. I like what it. I said, like, I'm interested, but I don't really know what's going on in this world and, like, what the story is. And I'm like, what a detective noir crazy guy with a Walmart bag over his head pug thing going on here. There's something. But I like Slay the Princess. So, yeah.
That's the thing. I could mention story details, but it's better to go in as blind as possible, just like with Slay the Princess.
Fuck yeah. So I know Mal's gonna play Slay the Princess soon. They got it gifted for recently. I think Zach got it for. So I'm excited to see her play that. Plus, Zach had ordered a Slay the Princess poster that got lost in the mail, so they got a replacement, and then ended up getting a second one, and then the original one showed up shortly after. So he was like, "Hey, if you pay for shipping, you can have this." I'm like, "Bet, thanks." So I have a Slay the Princess poster on the way.
Nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. But yeah, it looks rad. I'm glad you're liking the
Also,
episode.
Yeah, and just to be sure, I don't think I mentioned it,
Huh?
but I received a key to review this one.
Ooh, big guy getting keys. Okay, Tofr, I see you. All right, champ.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, FTC, don't come after us. You got a key. Relax. Thank you. Dope. But yes, that's what we've been playing, which means we're on to the indies releasing this week. Topher, you want to blitz through this everlasting list in front of us? It's a short one.
Sure thing. This is for the week of February 26th until March 4th. On February 27th, we're getting Stickers Please releasing on PC. Then on March 2nd, The Abyss Garden releases on PC. On March 3rd, there's a big one with Scott Pilgrim EX releasing on PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and PC. And The Legend of Kimori also releases on PC in early access. On March 4th, we get Pictocross 1 nonogram per day on PC. Mistpaw Ravine releases on PC on the same day, as does Sir Jorin, also releasing on PC.
Oh, yeah. This is one of those quiet weeks for me where there's nothing on here. I don't think I know, aside of Scott Pilgrim, I don't know any of these games enough to be like, yes, that's one I can't wait to play. And I'm hesitant to look them up, just knowing it's Next Fest. I ain't got time for new shit.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm interested in Stickers Please, because I immediately think of Sticky Business. I think of My Card is Better Than Your Card, and I think of Papers, Please. And I don't know what combination of games this is. Stickers Please. Looks like a build your home simulator kind of deal where you put this stuff in. Okay.
Yeah, it's totally not what you would expect from the title.
Yeah, it looks cute. I don't know that it's something I put my bandwidth into, but yeah, what a cozy little one. Sick. Any of those your gas for? Anything on there screaming for your name?
I'm gonna check out Pictocross because I just love my nonograms, and having one per day seems like a cool daily thing to do. But that's the only one really.
Okay. Cool. All right, well, guys, that's what comes out this week. Let us know what you're looking forward to playing. As we move on to our indie spotlight, we highlight an indie game that hasn't got the attention it deserves, or an upcoming one that you should really be keeping on your radar. I want to talk about Paperhead. So Paperhead is this upcoming boomer shooter. And I love boomer shooters. You're thinking your Quakes, your Dooms, etc., etc. It's just fast nonsense just to kill everything in front of you. But it's in this like cutesy but dark style. The whole thing is you're in this world that's like made out of cardboard. So immediately I think of like Paper Mario and all like the stickery cardboard collage cutouts of everything. You're running around with, I think it's just a shotgun and just blowing things up. I love how this game looks. It immediately reminds me of Binding of Isaac with the art style, which isn't immediately apparent just yet because we're still looking at the environments in the trailer. But I think it's make the cute thing gritty. And when I talk about, I love the style of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and like make little guy in big world. I think make the cute thing gritty is also a style that I like a lot. And just watching, like, we just saw a character slide in and kick a dude in the air and then shotgun him out of the air. I'm like, that's cool. That's fun. You're also like doodling on things, like very doodle bob. I'm going to add a door and get to walk into the secret area, kicking enemies into each other, kicking barrels across the room. It just looks like one of those nuts. I say challenging, not because it's going to be super hard, but like so much should be happening at any given time. Like, I got to see what is all going to come flying at me at once. It looks so rad. The demo's out. I don't think it's a part of Next Fest, but I do want to give this one a shot. Yeah, Paperhead. I've had this on my wish list for a while, and I really want to get my hands on it.
Yeah, go for it. It is part of Next Fest, by the way.
Okay, cool. Sweet.
Yeah.
Look at
So
that.
you've got the entire week to play it.
Let's go. Then I will report back next week. I promise you that. Yeah. But yeah, I say it looks rad. It's like one of those things, like, I don't know what else to add having not played it yet and what it actually looks like and how mechanically it functions. But I just think it looks cool. I think it looks dandy.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. It kind of reminds me of the Devolver one. What was it called? With the sneakers. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a bit of that manic feeling to it.
Definitely. Oh shit. I'm excited. All right, cool. I'm down with it tonight. Will I play it tonight? Probably not. I got sleeping to get to, but Sick.
You've got D&D to get to. Fallout.
I do have Fallout to get to. Yeah, I'm trying to take a power nap before we go and get ready for that. But timestamp, bada bing, bada boom. But guys, that is a wrap on this episode of Playlog Podcast. Thank you so much for joining us and listening to us ramble about Steam Next Fest demos for 2 hours. I'm sure next week will be shorter. I'm sure. It won't be. Buckle in. It's always that first episode of the two where it's like, oh, cool, all the demos dropped yesterday and there's only so many hours a day to actually play them all. Whereas like, oh, now we have 5 more days. 5-6 more days to play more demos. Ooh, what are we going to find? But yeah, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. Tofr, if little stinkly winklies want to find the internet, where would they go?
The easiest way to find me is through my link tree, which is Play Nice Kids in one word.
Perfect. And of course, you guys can find me at CGDannyB, Twitch, YouTube, Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok. Talk about indie games, news, reviews, whatever we choose, whole 9 yards. I am hoping to get quite a few breakouts from this episode. We'll see if Premiere wants to fight with me this week. It usually likes to. And I'm like, God, it takes forever to fucking edit these things. I get like one done. So we'll see. And then, of course, it'll be already streamed by then, but I'm going to go take a nap for Fallout because I got our Fallout game tonight. It's going to be fun. But I'll let you know when that's up on the VODs, along with CGDannyB. I'm probably posted at the same time. That one never went out because I never made a thumbnail. I just got slow with it. So I'll be like, here's 2 TTRPGs. Enjoy. I like TTRPGs. I like playing with them. I don't necessarily want to run them. But if we get to the spot where I have friends who want to run stuff on my channel, by all means, I'll welcome to do it. We'll do like maybe a monthly thing or whatever. I'm sure down the line, I don't know what the status is on the Citizen Sleeper one and where that is at, if that released or anything.
I don't know yet.
Yeah, it was a while ago they announced that one. I don't know what's happening, but I think that'd be a fun one to do. We may have found character sheets for all the characters from Claire Obscure for D&D. I'm like, wait a minute. And talk to Zach. He's like, that'd be a cool thing to run. I'm like, well, let's circle back. So that might be a fun, like Claire Obscure game would be fun.
Damn.
I talked on the Matt Storm episode. I talked about the idea. I don't know what system it'd be in, but doing an Indie Cross episode where I'm like, hey, pick your favorite indie game character. We'll do like a Smash Bros. PvP something. I thought about having Matt Storm, Kyle from 6-One Indie, like Critical Role in D&D, and being like, yeah, I think it'd be fun. So nice. Not making any promises immediately because I'm a tired man. I don't want to make promises when I'm sleeping, but like I would like to do more TTRPG stuff, just maybe like a once a month kind of thing, but. Yeah, we'll see. But also, I got some more stuff coming up, so stay tuned. Are we playing Electric State? Absolutely we are. I'm excited for that one. It looks cool.
Nice.
But yeah, anyway, all that to say, hey, Fallout 313 from the Extra Life fundraisers going on, and then a Power Rangers game someday soon. I got to talk to Ark. That's all I got. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, show some love to the episode, and come back next week for more Steam Next Fest goodness. Mwah! Toodles.